What is good, R&B squad? This is Heart of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new here, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is even happier. So, as I am recording this, it is 6 a.m. I am headed to work shortly. So the goal here is to see if I can get this message recorded in 20 minutes or less. So let's see how that works out. In addition to that, I'm sitting on the back porch, so you guys may hear the birds chirping in the background. I don't mind the sound. I think it's very peaceful, but I hope it doesn't disturb anyone from hearing the word itself. And also, you guys may hear some noises, other noises, because, as I said, I'm sitting on the back porch. That being said, this word is going to be all over the place because the Lord had a lot to say in a very short time. And it's going to be a lot of different things that are not, a lot of different messages in one word that are not necessarily connected. So it's going to be kind of like a buffet. Eat what's yours and leave the rest, okay? Don't be trying to overeat over here. So let's get right into it because it's a lot. For the first group of people, the Lord is saying that you are always the strong one in every situation. You are strong at work, you're strong at home, you're strong for your family, you're strong for your friends. People come to you to lean on you because of your strength. But He is reminding you today that when everyone is running to you or looking to you as the strong one, you can run to Him. He is reminding you that He is your strength. He is your sense of stability. He is your firmness. And He took me to Psalm 62, verse 6. Truly He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress, and I will not be shaken. He's reminding you as well that you don't always have to be the strong one. You can rest. I'm hearing very strongly in my spirit that you need to rest, that you need to take some time for yourself. And He's saying that don't think that all of the good seeds that you've sown are going to go unrewarded. Okay? And when I say sowing seed, I don't just mean financial seed. I mean if you've been in tears privately, you're being strong for everybody else, but when you're alone, you're in tears. You're crying yourself to sleep. Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Okay? The Lord is saying that there is a reward coming to you for all of the good seeds that you have sown. All right? And He's saying that for some of you, this is going to look like prosperity. This is going to look like abundance. This is going to look like seeing your bank account and the money, the balance in it, go all the way up. Okay? For some of you, this means movement in areas where there was stagnancy before, where nothing was moving. For others of you, this reward is going to come in the form of an engagement ring. Okay? He put that on my spirit as well. Some of you are actually going to get engaged. And for some of you, it's going to be both abundance and engagement. So either way, the Lord has a bag of goodies coming your way. He's about to reward you for all of the good seeds that you have sown. That's the first group. Now, for this second group of persons, please take this back to the Lord. I don't want anyone running with this as soon as they hear it, thinking that this is their situation. This is not going to apply to everybody. Now, for this group, your family has been in a state of unrest for quite some time. There has been arguments and fights in your family for as long as you could remember. There's a lot of darkness. It just seems like there's this dark cloud following your family around. Okay? Now, the Lord is telling me that there was spiritual interference that caused that to happen. So for as far back as you can remember your family experiencing this strife, it's from that point right up until now that you guys have been afflicted by this demon. And as you guys know, He tells me the exact names of these demons. So this particular demon goes by the name Saraswati. Okay? And Saraswati brings a spirit of incest. Witches and warlocks also, and pagans, all pagans on the whole, they conjure Saraswati to bring curses on people they target. So someone literally put a curse on your family, a curse of incest, a curse of discord. So if your family has struggled with incest, if you are a survivor of any type of sexual abuse that occurred in your childhood, this is the demon that was behind all of that. Now this demon, Saraswati, also brings a spirit of murder with it. So sometimes you may see your family members fighting, and it might seem like they actually want to take each other out. You might even hear them saying, "I'll kill you," to each other. Because this demon, that is what it is. It brings a murderous spirit with it. But the Lord is saying, never fear. You and your family are going to conquer this thing. You're going to overcome. It has afflicted you guys long enough, and this is His intervention. You guys are going to overcome this, okay? And the other thing that the Lord is saying is that for this same group of people, because you have experienced such discomfort in your family, you don't even know what real love looks like. Your family is supposed to be the first example after God of what true love looks like. They're supposed to be the blueprint for true love. But because of this demon that has been afflicting your family for so long, you don't know what real love looks like. You don't have that existing in your family. The Lord is saying He's got an answer to your why, okay? That answer is going to come in the form of a person. He is saying that He is going to bless you with a God-ordained partner, a God-ordained spouse who is going to show you what real love is all about, what God-sent love is all about. And He's saying that you are going to be captivated by this person. You're going to fall in love with this person, heart, body, mind, soul, and spirit. It is going to be a true love like you've never seen. And this is His gift to you because of all the hardship that you endured with your family. All right, so that's something that you can look forward to. And for others of you, and this can also be for the same group who has the family tension and all of the family strife, the Lord is saying that this too shall pass. He is saying that you will pass over, that you will cross over to the side where it's peaceful, to the side where you can find your happiness, to the side where you can find your joy. And even if the previous part of this message does not apply to you and you don't have this kind of discord in your family, the Lord is still saying for whatever you're going through, this too shall pass. That's a promise. When He makes promises, He keeps them. He's also putting on my spirit to let you guys know that even though it might seem you've been hearing about your promise coming to pass for so long now, and it doesn't look as if anything is happening, the Lord is saying the day He was resurrected, it didn't look like He was going to be the night before. Just remember that. The night before, all was still. Everything was still in that tomb. And the next morning, He was resurrected. It's going to be just like that for you. It may look as if your promise isn't coming to pass. It might look as if the things the Lord said He has for you, you're not going to receive them because you've been waiting so long. But He has just been perfecting it in the background. And you're about to see why it took this length of time to get to you. Okay? For another group of you, the Lord led me to Isaiah chapter 6 verses 6 to 8, and it reads, "Then one of the seraphim flew to me with a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with tongs from the altar. With it he touched my mouth and said, 'See, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away and your sin atoned for.' Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, 'Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?' And I said, 'Here I am. Send me.'" So the Lord is basically saying to some of you, you have been anointed prophets. For whoever this is for, you've been doubting yourself. You've been receiving dreams. You've been receiving visions. You've been hearing from the Lord. And you've been questioning whether or not you're hearing from God. And for others of you, you know you're hearing from God, but you're not confident enough to come forward with what the Lord has been saying to you. The Lord is saying that He appointed you a prophet. In the same way that He appointed the prophet Isaiah, He has appointed you a prophet, and you are never to doubt that ever again. And anyone that doubts you, they will be proven wrong because you are a prophet from God. All right? Now, this other part of the message, guys, this part of the message was really disturbing to me. And I'm asking for whoever this is for, whoever this may apply to, please take it back to the Lord. Okay? Take it back to the Lord and make sure that you know for sure that this is your situation. Because this is a very serious part of the message. Now, I had this dream, and in this dream, I was either visiting a family or they were visiting me. And they had a baby with them. And the Lord put it in my spirit that this baby could either represent a child who is actually a baby or a child who is a toddler. Either way, it is a young child. One of the first things that I noticed about this child was that he didn't look anything like his family. The family that had brought him, and they were attempting to pass him off as their child. And I should stop saying him because I did not know the gender of the child in the dream. I just remembered that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I did not know the gender of the child. It could have been a male child. It could have been a female child. It was hard to tell the gender. But this child did not look anything like this family that came to visit. He or she looked completely different from them. And they were trying so hard to make this child look like them that they actually took this wig that was similar to their hair texture and they put it on the child. And instantly the Lord said to me in the spirit, deception. Instantly the Lord said to me, a concealment of identity. So they're trying to hide this child under this wig, but it's so obvious that this child doesn't look anything like them that it's just ridiculous. And I remember looking at this kid and I said, this child is too beautiful. This child is a beautiful child. This child deserves to know who he or she really is. They deserve to know their true identity. That is what I said in the dream. And after I said that, I took the wig off the child. But when the family was leaving, they put the wig back on. And I remember in the dream, I was just disgusted because I was like, why are they doing this to this child? Why are they trying to make this child? It's almost like they're ashamed of the child's true identity and they're trying to hide it. And then I woke up from the dream. But before I go on, I should mention, and this is going to be important, this family had a sickly yellow tint to their skin. And when I say yellow, I'm not talking about like a yellow bone. I'm not talking about that. I mean, these people had a sickly yellow tint to their skin. They actually looked like I looked at their skin and I was like, what is up with them? They looked like their skin was painted yellow. That's the way it looked. But anywho, I woke up from the dream. And what the Lord led me to understand about this child wearing this wig and about this family trying to make this child look like them. And guys, this is very serious. Please take this back to the Lord. This child, there is a child, and that child's identity, their true identity, who they really are, is being hidden from them. This child's family is lying to them and lying to the public. And it may be a family that has a certain amount of public prominence. This family may be a family that's prominent in business. They may be well known in their field, whatever field that they may be in. They may be well known in the church. It struck me as though this family was known in some capacity. People knew them, and that was one of the reasons why they tried to hide the identity of this child. And y'all, this is the second time that the Lord is giving me a word like this, so I know this word is for someone. Okay? This child, he or she is not being told the truth about who he or she is. There is something about this child's identity that is being hidden from him and hidden from the public. So this family that has this child in their care, they are either lying to the public about the child's identity, or they're keeping truths about the child's identity, certain truths about the child's identity, away from the public and away from the child himself or herself. They want this child to grow up thinking that he or she is one thing when he or she is not. And that is where the whole putting the wig on, trying to make the child look like them, came from. And then In the dream, I took the wig off the child and I said, no, this child is a beautiful child and he or she deserves to know their true identity. So the Lord is saying that he's going to send someone into that child's life it's going to be divine intervention when this person arrives, because this person is going to play an integral role in making sure that this child knows his or her true identity. In the dream, I took the wig off the child. I said this child deserves to know whom he or she really is. So the Lord is saying that this person that he's going to send into this child's life is going to play a very important role in making sure that that child does not grow up thinking that he or she isn't who he or she actually is. Okay? And the Lord also pointed out that this is going to happen early on. It is not going to, so this child is not going to have to suffer through the damage that happens from not knowing who you are until you reach a certain age. This child isn't going to suffer from that because he's going to send this person very early on. As I said, he hinted to me in the spirit that this child is either a baby or a toddler. So this intervention is going to happen very soon. And this child is going to know, because of the presence of this person, this child is going to know whom he or she really is. And the other part of it is this. The Lord is saying that there are two types of people in this same family. There are some who were against it from the very beginning. They did not want to deceive the child, but they were bullied by the other family members into doing so. So they were outnumbered. And then there are others in the same family who were all for it because they are so concerned with their image that they were willing to sacrifice this child's overall well-being and happiness just so that they can protect their public image, so they can look a certain way in the eyes of their community or in the eyes of their neighborhood or whatever have you. And he's saying that for the family members who did this thing to this child willingly, now remember, in the dream, I took the wig off, they put the wig back on. The Lord is saying for those family members who are willfully doing this to an innocent child, sickness is about to strike those family members. It is not going to be well with them. And this not going to be well can mean two things. It can mean actual physical illness, or it can mean that nothing in their lives is going to go well. So there is going to be unrest, there is going to be unhappiness, there is going to be confusion until they stop lying to this child about whom he or she actually is. And it also means physical sickness as well. And this is their judgment for what they're doing to this child. Because the Lord put it in my spirit that these people, some of these people in this family, they don't care about the child. All they care about is their image. And it doesn't matter how this child suffers in the long run from what they're doing to it right now, from what they're doing to him or her right now. Because imagine going through your entire life not knowing who you really are, not knowing who your real parents are. Where did that Thank you, Holy Spirit. The Lord just dropped that in my spirit. Imagine going through your entire life not knowing your true identity, not knowing whom your real parents are, whom your real family is. Imagine that. So this could actually be a situation where this child was adopted and it was not a legal adoption. Or it may have been that the child was simply passed from one family member to another, and they're attempting to pass it off as if that family member is actually the child's parent. But either way, this child is being confused about his or her identity. He or she is being lied to about his or her identity. And these people don't care. They do not care. They only care about their image. So the Lord is saying that until they fess up and they do the right thing, sickness is going to befall them. It is not going to be well with them. And for the other family members, the ones who weren't in agreement with this thing and they were actually bullied into submitting and being submissive to the idea, the Lord is saying that these people are going to finally find some joy and some peace because the truth is going to come out. And when the truth comes out, this is going to, the burden that these people have been carrying, these family members, and it's just a few of them, it's a very small few, because the majority, they're outnumbered. The majority of the family agrees that this thing should be hidden from this child because they think that their image is more important. But the few family members of this child who actually are not in agreement with this thing, the Lord is saying, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. He's about to restore their joy because they never wanted this in the first place. They were bullied into it. And they have been carrying this burden around. It has been weighing on their spirits. It has been a source of depression. It has been a source of guilt. The Lord is saying he's going to release them from that. He is going to release them from that. Their joy is going to be restored. Their salvation is going to be restored. So for whoever that is for, you guys need to take that back to the Lord and make sure that you know that it's for you. And the Lord led me to Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. So this again confirms that sickness is going to befall this family. Well, the family members who were okay with this, they were okay with hiding the identity of this child, sickness is going to befall them. Okay? And I think that is basically all that I have for this particular message. Let me see how much time. Hey, it's just like 21 minutes and 5 seconds, so that's not so bad. I hope this word blessed somebody. I hope it brought some clarity to somebody. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care, guys.